Questions? Yes, ma'am. Google expert, go ahead.
Yes. I apologize.
That's okay.
I didn't want to interrupt. My question is more about the vegetables. Could you explain a little bit about cloning vegetables and their qualities in terms of health for us?
Okay.
What has happened to vegetables?
Okay. What is the purpose of this system? It's commercial. You want to grow vegetables, and number one of the reasons why your vegetables don't taste that good is not because of GMO. It's simply because some of them is GMO.
Okay.
But it's simply because they're not picking it ripe. They're picking it before it's ripe. And then they're gassing it.
Wow.
So that it looks ripe, but it doesn't taste ripe. You cannot take fresh oranges out of Florida without you have a certificate from a farmer who has a special license to sell a certain amount of fresh oranges, because they don't want the market to taste a vine ripened orange. I got a bunch of vine ripened oranges one time, and I took it to people, and I had my video camera, and I said, I want you to taste this orange. And I would have my camera for them to bite into it. And when they would bite into the orange, all of it was like this. It was that good, that it was shocking. And so once you've had a vine ripened orange, you don't want that junk they have in the store.
No.
Okay? Because they're trying to get long shelf life. So they'll pick it before it's ripe, and then put gas on it before they put it out.
Wow.
So that it will look ripe, but it will have no sweetness to it. Same thing with watermelons. Watermelons, to get them big, they put a lot of sodium, fertilizer, and a lot of water on them. So they grow fast, grow large, but you can taste, the watermelons almost bite you back.
Wow.
You know, when you bite into the watermelon. But we don't do that at Muhammad Farms. No chemicals, no fertilizer, no artificial we use compost.
Compost.
Okay? No artificial fertilizers. Now, when you bite into our watermelon, all you taste is watermelon.
You got that right.
And so people say, man, y'all got the best watermelons in the country. Well, we maybe have the only watermelons in the country.
That's right.
Wow.
I don't know what that stuff is y'all got. And I thank white people. I thank white people. Tell me, white people, I thank you, that's my camera, for pushing this seedless watermelons.
Good.
Right.
So now, when we set up and sell our watermelons in Detroit, Chicago, New York, people drive by and ask the question, your watermelons got seed in it? Well, of course, they pull right over, spend $15, $20, no
That's
problem.
right. That's right.
So I thank white people. Thank you, white people. For pushing the seedless watermelons,
Right.
so we black farmers can get back into business with our seeded sweet watermelons. Thank you, white folks. Oh, so that's what happens with our food system. Now, they are genetically modifying some of the vegetables. Now, they tried, back in 1996, they produced what's called the Flavor Savor tomato. But there was one problem with the Flavor Savor tomato. It had no flavor. See, you can't mess with one thing in nature and not affect the rest of it. Matter of fact, they've done studies where they in a trough some genetically modified corn,
Wow.
and then over here some regular corn, and let the hogs choose. The hogs choose a natural corn
Wow.
over genetically modified corn.
Wow.
And if you all don't know, a hog will eat anything.
Wow.
But even hogs got sense. Let me tell you something. A deer won't eat a collard. When we first went down there, brother said from down there, said, man, y'all need to grow some collards. So we grew collards, and I took it down to sell it in Albany, Georgia. And some black people came up to me, 2 people, one at a time. I didn't have on a suit, didn't have on a tie, had a t-shirt. They said, oh, this is some good looking collards. I said, well, thank you. And said, ain't you a Muslim? No, wait a minute now. I ain't have on no suit, no tie, no nothing, a t-shirt like everybody else. I thought it was fitting in. And then they got specific. Y'all don't eat collars. How come you selling us collars? I don't know what. Now, there's a mosque in Albany. It has a lot more people in it than Muhammad's mosque, study group. A lot of black folks in the mosque. How do you know I was a Farrakhan Muslim? I just moved down there the year before. How do you know I was a Farrakhan Muslim? We just got that look. And the point is, our people know it. And the point is, somebody reading how you live, because the point is, how they know that we didn't get no collars.
That's exactly right.
And after the second person rolled up on me with that was the end of us trying to go college. Now, college is a good thing to grow down there, because the deer don't want collard.
Oh.
The deer won't touch a collard. The deer love watermelons.
Wow.
The deer love navy beans. The deer love red beans. The deer love green beans. Snap beans, oh, they love it. Last year, I didn't get a green bean. No, 2 years ago. Last year I got a few. 2 years ago, I did not get a green bean out the fields because the deer ate every last one of the green beans. Wow. Every last one of the green beans.
What?
The deer ate them. Okay? So everything got sense except the so-called American Negro. Okay? Okay, did I help you with the question, sister?
Yes.
Oh, no, this brother's right here. You first, then you sister, then you brother. Yes, sir.
Well, my question was the watermelon.
Yes, sir.
How can the East Coast get the watermelons down? You said New York?
Okay.
Yeah.
See, this is the deal.
We need to know that.
Yeah, well, no, somebody got to come down there with a truck. I used to travel selling the produce from the farm, and in 1 month, quite a few years back, me and my wife, we leased a truck, and we did 25,000 miles in 1 month. And I thought, I was so proud of myself. I told the minister how hard we worked, that we put 25,000 miles on a truck in 1 month. He said, don't do that again.
Wow.
I said, yes, sir. So now, either you come get it, or you send somebody for it, or you don't get it. Because I'm not traveling those roads again, delivering watermelons.
That's right.
Okay, but you can rent a truck, like a Penske truck. We tell people you get a 26-foot Penske truck, you can get 800 watermelons on it.
Okay, and you don't need no air conditioning.
No, you don't need no air for watermelons. And that's one reason why we love the watermelons, because we can ship it without the refrigeration. Yes, sir. But get in contact with me. Let me know in advance. We start picking June 25th. First come, first serve. And June 25th is when we start picking watermelons, inshallah.
We'll have it.
All right. Okay, now there was a sister, there was a brother, there was a sister. Yes, ma'am.
Assalamu
Alaikum.
I'm not standing, my knees bothering me a little bit.
That's okay.
But last night I had so much, but I just narrowed it down.
Go ahead.
First of all, I'd like to salute you. I came out of the nation. My father, Leroy X, in 1965, Muhammad's Mosque. Well, it was the temple number 7. I came in 1970, and prior to 75, I was devastated when they had a big bowl. I don't know if you remember, Muhammad's Farms gone, and they had a cartoon. You remember that?
No, because I don't know.
Well, it was like they took our farms with Elijah Muhammad. I was devastated because Elijah Muhammad worked so hard to get the farmland, and then they said everything was gone.
Yes,
and that, not only that, when we were out the mosque and the nation had fell, that hurt me so much. So I want to thank you, salute you for bringing back the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and his dream of us having our own farm and our own land.
Well, all praise is due to Allah, but I can't take credit for that.
Okay.
That was Minister Farrakhan.
Yes.
And Minister Farrakhan told me, he said, brother, I don't know nothing about agriculture, about farming, but I got that land back because that's what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad had. And I will redeem what he had put in place. So I have to give credit to Minister Farrakhan, but thank you anyway.
I got one more.
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Okay, last night I was thinking, okay, my family has 200 acres in Limestone Road, Limestone, Texas. I went there in 2016. But, so we had our family reunion there and how they saved the land. I got like over maybe 400 pictures of the land and everything. But Uncle Charlie is getting old. I talked to him on the phone. He sounds like he's strong, he's good, and we have a history. And also, one of the cousins of mine went to school in Texas, and he has students going down there helping Uncle Charlie, because the children, after generation, I got tons of pictures if you want to see, you know, Uncle Charlie with the tractor and everything. But my thing is that the youth are not going back to the land. Now, they all went to college off of it. And when I went down there and I talked to Uncle Charlie, he told me the whole history about it and how the proclamation, how the mayor, you know, how our family got the land, built the church. But my thing is, the youth are not going back to the farm. They're not. So right now, Cousin Sherry told me that the Dallas University and other universities are working on the land. Can they take our family land, like the people that's working, the students go? How can we protect? I can talk to Uncle Charlie, you know, like, be careful.
You got to deal with the rest of your family members, because what they're going to do when he dies,
No,
they're going to go to them.
no.
If he hasn't put it in a trust,
And the trust,
he has to put it into a trust. Okay? If he doesn't put it into a land trust,
a land trust?
a land trust.
Okay.
And you need to contact the, in North Carolina, some set of lawyers in North Carolina.
The North Carolina lawyers? Huh?
No, it's some, I have to get you the specific name and the contact
Okay.
information.
I'll show you.
Who worked with trying to develop plans so that the land does not leave when the older person dies out and
Right.
set it up. Because what they do, they will come to one person who owns a part of that, and they will offer that person the money. If he accepts it, then all the rest of the people have to sell it at that price.
So I go and talk to Uncle Charlie and tell him to contact the North Carolina what?
I told you, you have to wait until I can think of it,
Okay.
but I can call somebody when I get off from here. I'll get the name and the contact.
Oh, please, please.
So okay, so come see me afterwards.
Okay.
I'll call somebody up.
Oh,
I'll get a
please.
name and a contact.
Oh,
They'll be saved.
yes.
Now, the other thing to that is the reason that the young people don't come back is because the amount of money that you make per acre,
Okay, per acre.
okay, is not enough money to live a middle class lifestyle.
Per acre, okay.
Okay, unless we do it another way, and the other way is that you start producing crops that you can produce a final value product that you can sell directly to the consumer and get all the money in the chain instead of you just getting the lowest price. You want to own it you want to control it from the land all the way to the man. So you figure out what you can grow and then process and get it distributed. We have what's called a stable goods project. We just shipped out to 75 cities a couple of weeks ago to finish it out. Now, if it's something, if you change like a jam or a jelly, okay, something that can go for 2 months, a month without refrigeration. In other words, you want to stabilize it, change it into a product that can be stabilized and shipped. Then we can put that into the stable goods project and ship it across the country with the rest of our products. But it has to be in a form that it will hold up 1 or 2 months without refrigeration. Okay? Yes, okay, that was, okay, hold on, brother right here.
Yes.
Oh.
I'll see you after. I'll show you the picture of the land
Okay.
and everything.
Okay, there's a tremendous amount of black land property sitting idle
Yes.
or being rented out to others because the issue is not production.
Okay.
The issue is consumption. Culture determines choices. Choices determines value. And value determines economics. Stephon Marbury has a shoe, tennis shoe. It goes for $35.
Okay.
Air Jordans goes for $200, $250. Now, you will tell me that Air Jordans can make you jump 6 times higher than Stephon Marbury? Can it make you stop 6 times quicker? So why are you paying 6 times more money for a shoe made in the same country? By the same people, and probably the same building. But you will pay 6 times. It's because of the culture that they have developed in your head from the advertising and the marketing. So that you want that shoe, you would pay $200 or $250, and Step Farm Marbury has a shoe for $35. So it's the same thing. People will spend a lot of money for a shoe, but they won't spend a lot of money for a decent meal.
Go ahead.
White folks who do that to each other, they will spend good money to get it organic.
Yeah.
But I have tried to grow organically and tried to sell it to black people. Even those with X's and O's and M's and Muhammad's. And they want to pay me the commercial wholesale price that the commercial farmers get in Atlanta. In Atlanta, it's very interesting because at the market, the farmers market in Atlanta, they put out a price every day of the regular commercial and of the organic in terms of the price. And the organic is 3 times more than the commercial. But I can't get 3 times more for a watermelon. I can't get 3 times more for a carrot. Hell, I can't get 15 cents more. Well, that's our farm.
Yeah.
We bought the farm. How come we gotta pay? You think I ain't heard that? I done heard that. Okay? So, the problem is not in the producer. The problem is in the consumer.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Welcome.
How were you able to get rid of the deer? What happened with the deer that you
Well, we had different methods every year, and we finally figured out a method I learned from a black farmer, friend of mine, who is my mentor. I call him Barefoot Farms. His name's Barefoot. He got Barefoot Farms down near Savannah, Georgia, and he put up, and I put up this year, 2 fences. Hot wire fences, in other words, electric fences. 2 of them, about this high, but 4 feet apart. So you had there's 2 fences go all around a 47-acre field that we put up. Okay? What happens is the deer, number one, then I put peanut butter on it, hit the electricity on it, put peanut butter so make sure they lick it. They're okay, just a stick.
Okay.
Just a stick. But they remember that. And for some reason, they don't want to jump over those 2.
Oh.
It throws them off. They think it's a trap. I've seen them in the middle of the night, because you put your flashlight and glow, right on the outside of the fence looking at my watermelons, wanting to jump, but they couldn't get it straight in their head. So this worked this past year, all praise due to Allah. However, everybody got sense, except the so-called American Negro. Let me tell you what the raccoons did. The raccoons, better. They cut some limbs and made a pathway through the wire.
What?
And walked on the limbs through the wire. And I know that it didn't fall on the wire because it fell on the top one.
That's smart.
But it was through the middle one. So that means they had to put it through there. And that's how they got to my watermelons. And I got proof because I got the tracks from there to my watermelons. I took pictures of it.
Wow.
They made a bridge through both of the fences
Oh.
to get to my watermelons. The raccoons. So, I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to try it again. But I mean, I tried a whole bunch of things. But they're smart.
That's smart.
They're tenacious.
Yeah.
And we got hunters. Hunters pay us. They come on the weekends. But the deer know they come on the weekends. They eat me through the week. They eat 7 days a week.
7 days.
They eat 7 days a week. So on the weekends when the hunters come, they go away. And time the hunters leave to go back to Florida, within 2 hours, they in a hunter's yard eating their grass.
They smart. Yeah, they smart.
And when it's hunting season in the county, they moved to the edge of the city and stayed near Albany, at the edge of the Albany, because they can't hunt there. They stay there until hunting season over, then they come out. Everything got sense except the so-called American Negro. Okay. Hold on. What other person? Yes, ma'am. Then you, brother. Yes, ma'am. Islam.
What is the repercussions of the gases in the food that we're eating? How is it, how is it harming the body?
Well,
Wow, that's a good question.
now, if it's not ripe, you get acid reflux from eating unripened food. So that's where the acid reflux comes. It's because it's too acidic. The sugar has not accumulated properly because it's not ripe. And you eat unripened food, so that's where your acid reflux comes from. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Islam, sir.
What are some things that we can grow in this area that would be beneficial?
Okay.
Good question.
We say grow any type of vegetable that you can according to the climate. Go to your Delaware State,
Yes.
and find out the growing seasons for the different crops.
Right.
Do the best you can. However, this is what I have to explain to people about. You're not going to be able to grow everything you need in a city. For instance, when you sit down to eat, look at what's on your plates. Many times it's rice. You're not going to grow that. You're not going to grow that in the city.
You not?
No. No, you can grow a rice plant,
Okay.
but to grow acres of rice ain't gonna do it.
Wow.
Same thing with navy beans.
Wow.
You can grow navy beans if you grow a 50-foot row of navy beans. And when you pick the navy beans and you shell the navy beans, you may get 1 cup
What?
of navy beans.
That's deep.
Okay? You gotta have acres and acres of navy beans, and you gotta have equipment to pick it. We grew navy beans at the farm, and we had the MUI came down to the farm, and we had them to pick navy beans for 1 hour, 30 of them.
Wow.
They picked a 5-pound bucket. In 1 hour, 30 people.
Wow.
If you paid them $5 an hour, 5 times 30 is what? 150 for 5 pounds of navy beans. You do the math.
Darn.
Now, same thing with bread. Elijah Muhammad said, how much land do we need to grow bread? You need acres and acres of wheat to satisfy 2 loaves of bread per person in a city every day. You're not going to grow that in the city, and you need a machine to harvest it from the fields because you're not going to be able to harvest enough by hand because of the cost of labor. Yes, sir.
If you have a gluten disorder, can you eat the wheat from the farm?
From Muhammad Farms, yes. Why? 2 things. Gluten comes from hard wheat. Okay? We produce what's called soft wheat. So our whole wheat, soft wheat, does not have as much gluten as the red hard wheat. However, they finally come out and let you know what the problem is. It's not even gluten. The big farmers in the Midwest, they got combines that run day and night. They're so big they have a bathroom. They have 2 guys in there day and night. One of them go to sleep, one of them go to the bathroom, and keep going. When they put that machine into the field, everything does not come ripe at the same time. However, if you spray Roundup on the field, you dry the whole field down. Not only does it kill the weeds, it dries up the wheat. So now all the wheat is ready to be picked, the whole field. So now you ain't got to worry about picking wheat that's not dry enough, because you pick wheat before it's dry, you got to spend the money to dry it down, because if you don't dry it down, it will spoil in storage. So what they have been doing is spraying Monsanto, Roundup Ready, on the wheat before harvest. And that's what been getting the people sick. It wasn't even the gluten.
Wow.
Wow.
It was the Roundup Ready on the wheat. It's what was getting people sick. But these people are lying. And, you know, see, you know, I drive around and I have an NPR. NPR will tell you the truth one time. They won't repeat it. That's right. So if you miss it, you missed it. But NPR will tell you the truth. And if you go in the archives, you can get it. But they'll tell you the truth one time. That's right. But they did a study about that gluten intolerance. And they found out that the people who ate gluten versus people who didn't eat gluten had the same percentage of people who had gluten intolerance, so it couldn't have been the gluten. It was something else. But they didn't tell you what it was. You found out that 2 years later, when it came out, let you know that Monsanto, the Roundup Ready, the big farmers have been spraying it onto the wheat to dry it down. So there goes the mystery. But I mean, hey, look, this is Satan we're dealing with.
That's right.
Yes.
Go ahead,
See,
brother.
we're not dealing with just a greedy devil.
Go ahead, Doc.
We're dealing with Satan. Now, what's Satan's purpose? What's Satan's purpose? What does Satan get a kick out of?
Call the population.
To call the population and to make you pay for it. He gets a kick out of that.
Right.
I'm selling these niggas poison and they loving it. They loving it. Popeye's chicken. People around them beating up each other to get this Popeye chicken. You understand what I'm saying? They're laughing at you. Now they come up with fake meat. Now they're taking a Peachtree dish, putting in a stem cell, putting in chemicals and a little blood, and growing a steak from one cell in a Petri dish and selling it to you. They're growing hog. They're growing chickens. Fake meat. Google that. Fake meat. And guess who is the major scientific developer of the methodology to produce the fake meat? Israel. Israel. So, you know, sometimes people say, why y'all keep beating up on the Jews? Why you keep because they need to be beat up on. They Satan. They sneaky.
Go ahead, brother.
Okay? And they know about the 6,000 years.
Yes, sir, that's right.
They know this is the end of their time. So they know that white is weaker than black. So they're going to make this planet uninhabitable. Well, what about them? They don't care. They don't like it here anyway. You ever see a white boy who can't jump, run? I saw a white boy run one time. He must have been in his early 20s. And his feet were so low to the ground, if an ant had lifted up, it would have flipped him over. How would you like to live in a body like that? We need to do white folks a favor. We need to separate from white people.
That's right.
Oh, praise you so long. For them.
Right.
You know, what my brother at? Where he at? Where's the brother at? Anyway, when white folks look at us, and they find out how old we are, and they look at themselves, they hate our shadow. We need to do them a favor and to get this out of their face. So they won't know how ugly they are when they get past 40 years old. Okay? So that we should do them a favor because I'm serious. They see the same wrinkles. They see the distortions. They see the body falling apart. You see white people and their skin is falling off of them. It's like they didn't scrape their arm or something. They didn't scrape their arm. It's the skin falling off.
Go ahead.
I feel sorry for them, but if they weren't so damn evil, I would feel sorry for them. So we need to do them a favor. We need to separate from them so they can die without feeling so bad. Yes, ma'am, and yes, ma'am.
You mentioned that you were creating products in the farm, at the farm. Will you be shipping those out into staple goods?
Yes.
Staple goods next?
Yes. Well,
What are some of those products?
we're producing, at the farm, we're producing whole wheat flour, pastry flour, cream of whole wheat, and muffin mix. Now, we have other believers in the Ministry of Agriculture who are producing other products.
Oh, okay.
And we're telling all believers, you come up with a good product, ship it to the farm, and let Sister Ann and Sister Majida check it out, and if they think it's a good product and it's a decent price, then we'll send a sample out. Well, we'd actually, each farm market coordinator, a staple goods coordinator, will buy a case of it and sample it in their cities.
Oh,
And if the people like it, then we will put it into the box.